So what would you say if I told you Big Mom was the strongest person alive in the One Piece universe? Well, she's not. At least, not usually. I'll explain, I promise. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out me a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just One Piece. But with that being said, we gotta get into it. So what in the world am I talking about? Big Mom is the strongest, but she's not the strongest, at least not normally. Well, currently in the manga, we have Big Mom in this unusually large, unusually powerful state. People are liking to dub it Bigger Mom. Yeah, she consumed a year of her own soul, a year of her own life, to give herself even more strength to fight against Law and Kid after they hit her with 2 awakening attacks. So yeah, this is kind of a big deal, and as a quick side note, I think a lot of us, including myself, have been kind of sleeping on this Bigger Mom form. I think we're all kind of downplaying or at least not giving it the amount of credit it deserves for how powerful it probably is. So let's go through it real quick. Base Big Mom, just Big Mom with Napoleon in hand, sure, give her the sword, and base Kaido sitting there with his Kanabo, his club. Okay, yeah, usually kind of seen as pretty even, pretty equal, pretty close. Yes, we will preface everything that is about to be said and everything that has been said beforehand with one-on-one, always bet on Kaido, land, sea, and air, all of this stuff. I am one of the people that is willing to bet that Kaido and Shanks are probably very, very good matchup for each other. That's probably the most epic clash we could currently get in the series, at least power-wise. I think Blackbeard and Luffy will achieve that later, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Big Mom. Let's not get too sidetracked here. Base Big Mom, base Kaido. Relatively even. So yeah, Kaido has this dragon form, this hybrid form, all of these wind attacks and fire attacks and all of these things. Okay, great. Big Mom can use Napoleon, she can use Prometheus, she can use Zeus, sorry, that's gonna go away, Hera, she can use Hera. Yeah, she can combine these things into maser cannons and all of these wild attacks. Yeah, so if Kaido wants to go dragon form and hybrid, Big Mom can utilize Zeus, Hera, her soul fruit, all of these things to kind of keep up a little bit and still be relatively even. Relatively being the most important word there. Go ahead and give Kaido the edge, it's fine. But either way, Kaido is not outclassing Big Mom. He's not in a different league. He's not leaps and bounds ahead of her. So if anybody hasn't fully pieced it together, or if you haven't seen my video from a couple days ago talking about Law and Kid and the situation they were in fighting Big Mom, and their place in the story, and their power, and all of these things, going over the whole just topic in general. Anyway, yeah, if you haven't seen that, if you haven't pieced everything together, I'm saying that Big Mom, while in this Bigger Mom form, is stronger right now than anybody else. I don't think Kaido has anything at his disposal that is going to allow him to be stronger than Big Mom at this very moment. Big Mom can reach a peak that nobody else can reach. But here's the thing, it's pretty safe to assume, almost guaranteed, that this form is completely temporary. This is not a form, a peak of power that Big Mom can sustain. Well, maybe if every time it wore off, she took more of her soul, but you wouldn't live very long doing that. You're gonna die pretty quick, so not gonna take that as an answer. No good. Anyway, yeah, we can pretty much say all of this because she said that this was something she hasn't done in a very, very long time. This isn't something she does often, but this does mean it is something she has done before, and then after doing it before, reverted back to normal Big Mom. Now she has gone back into Bigger Mom. But here's the biggest reason why I am starting to believe that this Bigger Mom form kind of takes the cake over everybody else. Because if Kaido is said to be kind of the peak of the verse, kind of the strongest out there, at least if somebody is stronger than Kaido, it's relative. Big Mom and Kaido are relative. Now, you take these relative characters, and one of them gets to, in exchange for an entire year of their life, I cannot stress that enough, an entire year of your existence in the world as a mortal being, you are going to die a year sooner. You can give that up for a temporary boost in power. Are we really going to sit here and act like we're relative before that? And that massive exchange, that massive thing you just gave up, is going to do that? Really? If that's all the boost in power Big Mom gets from doing that, why would she ever do that? It makes no sense for her to not be stronger than Kaido in her bigger mom form when you look at what she has to give up to enter that state. There's no reason to do it unless you get a significant boost in power, at least sizable chunk. A sizable chunk, a significant boost in power, would theoretically, probably, put Big Mom above Kaido temporarily. How would it not? They're pretty relative without her doing this. So, yeah, I honestly can't imagine why giving up an entire year of your life would not make you stronger than somebody you were previously relative to. If you have a counter argument to that, please give it to me. I'm perfectly fine with it. I love to discuss these things. This is why I make these videos. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I love to discuss these things, and I discuss it with pretty much everybody who's willing to leave a comment. This is kind of just where I'm sitting now. At least I need to mull it over a little bit more, but I think I'm kind of concretely here. Kaido above Big Mom, normally, but if she gets to, give up an entire year of life, that would more than likely be enough to boost her, at least temporarily, into the #1 position. So no, Big Mom is not the strongest alive, but she can be. Now, to really get into the meat and potatoes of this, to really seal the deal, is it possible that Big Mom can absorb more than 1 year of her life? Why would she not be able to? That would seem like a strange restriction, to be able to consume a year of your life for a temporary boost in power, but only a year. You're not allowed to do more. The devil fruit gods that made all the rules for each individual devil fruit to follow were like, oh, we don't want to let anybody possibly, hurt themselves too much. What are we, governing people on how much they're allowed to give up their own life? I kind of doubt it. Are you really going to tell me if Big Mom boosts this to taking 5 years of her life away, to taking 10 years of her life away, she would not ascend into the stratosphere of power levels in the One Piece universe and reign overhead like a god, untouchable by all, for at least like 10 to 15 minutes? Why wouldn't she? That's a huge thing to give up. You would get a huge boost in power, and she's already at least competing for that #1 spot. You can't take her lightly. Kaido cannot take Big Mom lightly. Shanks cannot take Big Mom lightly. Blackbeard, whoever you want to put out there, can't take her lightly in base. 5 years for a big bunch of power? Yeah, definitely can't take that lightly. So yeah, I hope I've done a good job of at least explaining where I'm coming from, where this thought process is coming from. Like I said, I don't think Big Mom is normally the strongest alive. I don't think she's normally stronger than Kaido. I don't think she's normally stronger than Shanks. But if she's close to them and can give up this much for just temporary power, I'd say that temporary power is more than enough to boost her above the people she's close to already. So yeah, Big Mom can become the strongest in the verse for a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.